Hey y'all, long time no see from Chicken Creek Lounge. So, I was just like, you know what? Let's just do an impromptu live because I have not been live for a while because I really had to rig up so my phone will stay up. Guess it happens when you get older. Speaking of older, happy freaking birthday weekend to me, 48. Kiss me arse. You are not going to drag me down. Cheers. Okay, so tonight we are making homemade pizza. Homemade pizza dough. This pizza dough, you do not have to wait for it to rise up to the occasion. Rise up to the occasion. Yeah, are you kidding me right now? Woo-hoo-hoo. Shh. Hubs is probably watching this. Let's not talk about that. No, there's no problem in that department because, hello. He is hitched to an amazing redhead. Okay, now, pizza dough. What I did was, in this, I had 1 cup of warm water. I added 2 1/4 teaspoons of active yeast and 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's all I put in there. Let the yeast get all nice and happy. Look at how nice and happy it's getting. All the recipes do not add salt when you add the sugar. Salt actually kills yeast. We don't want to kill the yeast. We want it to be nice and fluffy because this pizza dough, you don't have to let it rise after you mix it all up together. You can put it right in that damn pan. Smush it out, put on your sauce, put it on your toppings, and throw it in that oven or in that smoker or on the grill, however you want to make your pizza, and rock that shit. So, I guess it's going to be kind of a PG type of live. You know what? It is what it is. Okay, so I have 1 cup water, 2 teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast with 1 teaspoon of sugar to its happiness. It's happy, 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 happy. In this bowl, I have 2 1/4 cups of flour. So now, to my yeast, I am going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil, it just adds that little extra flavor and the softness and the way the crust comes together. It is just, it's mind-blowing. It is amazing. This is the best crust I have found for pizza, and I have been making crusts and doughs and stuff from yeast for a couple years now, and this is always my go-to. Easy, no-brainer. You cannot fuck this one up. So, what? Yes, I dropped the F-bomb. I had a shot. I had a beer. It's my birthday weekend. You know what? I'm keeping it real. So, 1 tablespoon olive oil. I put it right on in there, in with the happy yeast. Pour it right on in there. And then, I'm going to pour in 1 teaspoon of salt at this point because the yeast is already happy. So, you know what? The salt's not going to kill it off. Pour that right on in there too. And then I take my little fork that I used to mix my yeast with my sugar and my water earlier. It's all frothy, 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 frothy. I can't say that sober. I can't say that buzz. I can't say that drunk. It doesn't matter. I just can't say that word. But I can say frosty. Frosties and fries. Oh my God. I think I might have that for my birthday lunch on Monday. Don't judge me. Frosties and fries. Oh my God. Seriously. Best thing ever. Okay. Sorry. It's like shiny squirrels and stuff. So, we have our flour. Now you make a little well in there so you pour your liquids right on in there. So here we go. We're going to pour the happy yeast right in the middle of that well. And then we're going to take the same fork and we're going to stir it all together and mix it. Just keep stirring it. Keep scraping the sides to make sure you get all the flour. you know what? I forgot to put on an apron. Psh, shit happens. We're not following any rules this weekend. This is party like a rock star birthday weekend. Holla! Speaking of, the music stopped, but that's okay. Because I'm playing Rodney Carrington right now. Oh my gosh. Cracks me up. Okay, keep stirring it. It's all nice and mixed to where you can see, as you can see, it's pulling away from the sides, the bowl. I picked a really wimpy fork. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my hand and punch it down. Turn, punch it down. Punch with your fist, pick it up, punch it down. Just do this for a couple more turns, and that's all she wrote. That's it. Pizza dough. It's a little sticky, it's a little tacky. That's what you want. See, it's not sticking to that hand as much because it's not wet. It's sticking to that one. That is exactly what you want for your pizza dough. So put that to the side. We're going to wash our hands real quick, because the next part is a trick I discovered while making homemade pizzas. Because when you live out in the middle of nowhere, when you're an hour from town, there's no pizza delivery. It's not going to happen, folks. Flat out will not happen when you're an hour out of town. An hour out of town, 48 miles, one way. Yes, in the sticks. So, next up, this pan got holes in it. This pan I bought over 20 years ago. 24 years ago? I'm not quite sure. This pan, if you can find one of these, buy it if you want to make homemade pizza. Flat out, I don't give a rat's ass about any other pizza pan that's out there because I've tried several. This pan is the best pan for homemade pizza. I'm telling you. I would not bullshit you on this one. So, the other little trick that I discovered, some people put, oh, the spray, non-stick spray stuff. They put Crisco on here. They put vegetable oil. Don't do that. Do not do that. Use olive oil. Why? The crust turns out crunchier, crisper, and the flavor is mind-blowing. Olive oil. Olive oil. And how I'm going to put the olive oil on this, take my hand, dump it in my hand, a little bit, and then I'm just going to smear it on. That's it. Do one more. It's not quite thick enough, so we're going to do a little bit more. Smear it on. So you're going to want to get it nice and lubed up. Ah. Yeah. Yes, I said that. Hello, it's my birthday weekend. What are we talking about lube for? Oh, I don't know, because we're going to be 48 years old. Oh my god. I mean, seriously. Boy, I'm dropping a lot of adult words. Let's hope I don't get censored by the police. Okay, there we go. It's all nice and greased up. See, look how pretty and shiny. Isn't that pretty? Olive oil all over. Next up, grab your dough. Throw it in there. Like I said, no need to let this puppy rise at all, whatsoever. And then I rub my hands together that had the oil on it so it doesn't stick to the dough. Then you just press that little Hummer out there on that pan. You can have, at this point, you can choose if you want to have a thick dough, a thin dough, whatever kind of pizza dough you personally like. So just keep on pushing it out until it's to the size. I always do it for the full pan because this is a lot of dough. Just push it on out. You know, this week has been one heck of a week. At first it was really slow, then the last 2 days have kicked my ass at work. I've had to toss around more 70-pound freaking boxes than I have in a long time. but it's showing. Check that out. Woohoo! We're getting biceps again. Okay, sorry. I digress. I digress. Did I really just use that word? I did. I really did. Okay, so I pushed it all out. Woo, 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 woo. Now, I've been a lazy biatch lately with my pizza sauce. This pizza sauce, Kroger. Fred Meyer's, Kroger, I don't know what kind of store you have in your neck of the woods. It's $1 for this. I get 3 pizzas out of 1 jar. This sauce really is good. I use it because like I said, I've been being lazy. So, I'm going to go ahead and I spoon it on. Put on a couple droplets. If you like lots of sauce, this is the time where you can choose to put on a lot of sauce. But I will tell you, you want to see the crust underneath the sauce. Like if you were painting, you would not want to see what was underneath. But with pizza sauce, you do. Because if you don't, the crust isn't going to cook correctly. It's not going to be crunchy, it's not going to be crispy, it's not going to cook thoroughly, it's going to be too wet. And who wants a wet crust? Oh, I don't want a wet crust. Wetness is only good for one thing. Summertime out in the creek, hello. Yeah, get your minds out of the gutter. I know where you guys were going. So that's what you want to do with your sauce. So if you like white sauces, you like red sauces, you like mustard, oh my god, you can do this and you can put mustard as your sauce. Then you put your cheese, your ham. It is an amazing breakfast pizza. So there you go. See, that's how you want your sauce. You want to see the bottom with the sauce. Otherwise, it'd be just too much. And again, I'm being lazy. I'm not grating my own cheese because you know what? When you're working this many hours and you have the commute and you're away from the house for 11 to 12 hours a day, there's just some days, especially Friday, you just don't want to take the extra time. So then I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on. Mozzarella. You can play with any cheese combos. I suggest staying away from the cheddar cheeses because they're so oily and they don't melt as well. But provolone would be amazing. Munster cheese would be really good too. Blue cheese would be really good, especially with a nice wine. Oh my gosh, seriously. All right, so there you go. Now you want to be able to still see some of the sauce through the cheese. You don't want the cheese so thick you can't see the sauce. See, you can see the sauce through the cheese. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead, we're just doing pepperoni. Pepperoni pizza tonight, that's it. Simple, easy, quick, and the hubby's favorite. He likes pepperoni. I like everything under the sun because I like to experiment with flavors. Even though it's my birthday weekend, I'm just going to make it simple today. So I go ahead, just toss it on. Now I normally buy, this was on sale, the original pepperoni. I normally buy the turkey pepperoni because it's not as greasy. But since we bought this one, we're not going to put as many pepperonis on it as I would if it was turkey, because I don't want a whole grease bomb. Now I love how the pepperoni curls up and you get that little pool of grease. It is, oh my gosh, so good. So just go ahead, toss it on there, put it around. I now have the Gussers underneath me. Hi Gussers! There's no pancakes tonight. That was last night. So then you want to put the pepperonis on, leave a little cheese in between them all. Now I like to try to make it look pretty because it's just how I am. Because you eat with your eyes first. You always eat with your eyes first. Put a couple more on there. Because I don't have any mushrooms for it tonight. So just toss a couple extra pepperonis on there. Now at this point, a trick to help from the pepperoni sliding around and going all crazy, what you do is, you will see like when you order a pizza, if you want to have the topping cheeses, the reason why they do that so it doesn't all slide all around. So I just take a little tiny bit, sprinkle it right on top of the pepperoni to seal it all in so it doesn't get all slickery. Slickery, yes. I just said slickery. Slickery! And I talk like this all day long. And then, don't judge me right now. On a budget, I had to buy this Parmesan Romano cheese. I know people say it's not the real stuff. I know it's not the real stuff. Do you know how freaking expensive the real stuff is? You gotta go with what you want. I do not buy the Parmesan cheese. I buy the one that has both cheeses in it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle it on top. Because the flavor, adding that, is tenfold. And there you have homemade pizza to go in the oven. Now I'm going to put it in the oven at 425 for 16 minutes. 16, not 12, not 20, 16. That is what my oven does for perfect freaking pizza. So, with that said, I wish you all a very great weekend. I'm going to start my birthday weekend off. I'm going to go crank some tunes. I'm going to dance my ass off and I'm going to have a couple beverages. Love y'all from Chicken Creek Lounge.